Hello there, tonight once more we are talking about AMC and how today, and actually yesterday for that matter, may have been a massive win for AMC Entertainment and for us people who are holding the stock. Because whilst the stock is down today, we are down by 0.87%. This is barely anything. I'm going to be talking about why this may be a big deal. On top of that, we're going to be looking at some of the latest news, we're going to be looking at institutional ownership and what this means and all that kind of stuff. And we'll talk about some of the most important things which you may want to know. It's going to be a relatively quick video, but still I do recommend that you subscribe because we talk about AMC every single day and all the time. So if you do want to hear about things AMC, this channel may be the place for you. Obviously it's completely free to subscribe, but I am not a financial advisor. Make sure to do your own research before investing in AMC stock. But now that I have mentioned that, let us have a quick look at some interesting things about AMC, starting off with the share price, because I do think this is a big deal, which we are seeing today and yesterday. So we're going to start off with what we have seen today. If we have a quick look, we are actually down today, obviously, as we have been for the longest time, for many reasons, but the share price so far from 9:30 until now is falling by about 2.56%. This information is coming from Google. Is that a big deal? To me, it's not such a big deal. Why? Well, if we look at previous drops that we have seen in share price, we saw this drop on Friday, which was of course last week. This took us down by roughly, I would say, quite a large amount, to be fair. Obviously going into the Monday we saw a much bigger drop. This took us down by 7.9%, and over the last day or two the share price only moving down by about 0.5%. So yeah, if you'd have bought this share at this point here back on the Tuesday the 4th of May and held until now, you would actually be down by only 0.5%. That isn't a big amount if we do look at the bigger picture. And yes, we have seen volatility throughout that time. We're seeing big dips, we're seeing big trends upwards, but this is a big deal, and I think it does matter. Because people talk about the shorters of the stock trying to force the price down all the time. Fair argument, but what we are looking at right now over the past 2 days is we are looking at the shorts having a bit of a difficult time. They can't really influence the share price that much as we have seen over the past day or two, as the amount of people who do hold AMC and want to see the stock price go up continue to buy. We hear bad news about the company, people buy. We hear good news about the company, people buy. We hear great news about the company, people continue to buy. The price goes up and the price goes down and people just buy and buy and buy AMC, and there is nothing that they can do to get these people to sell, as we have realised. That is a big deal, I do believe, as we have been seeing AMC subsequently not move by too much to the downside over the past day or two, and it looks like obviously the influence that the people shorting the stock has been diminishing over the past day or so, and this is a big deal. And again, it shows right now that this war is not over for sure. Again, we don't know if this one's going to squeeze for certain, obviously, but I personally do believe that there is a strong chance. I think it does show that they are still putting up a fight on the other side, the shorts that is. But obviously, we are kind of winning at the moment. We knew this for the longest time anyway, but this just further reflects what we are seeing, as the share price isn't really doing much, especially to the downside. Again, people do continue to buy in all sorts of scenarios and all sorts of situations. The situation doesn't really seem to bother the shareholders. I think that is a good thing when looking at a company like this, because when you are the people shorting the stock, when you are the big money looking at negative things around AMC, you're kind of in a bad situation right now. You're kind of screwed, because you're looking at AMC thinking, what can we do to make people sell? Can we force the price down? Will that make people sell? Clearly not. When the price goes up, will people sell? Obviously, clearly not. So again, the share price doing all sorts. Now, just the other day, Adam Aron, which is the CEO of this company, has actually published that they have about 3 million shareholders of AMC. That is a big deal. 3 million people who are holding AMC. Now, some of these are going to be institutions, obviously, but obviously a lot of these people are individuals who do hold AMC. And if we do have a quick look at the institutional ownership of this company and scroll down a bit further, we can see the amount of institutions who are getting involved in this. Now, don't get me wrong, all of these companies have not necessarily put in a large amount. Some of them have, some of them haven't. Let's have a quick look. We have this company here, Clearview Wealth Advisors, only bought 400. We have this company down here, Simon Quick Advisors, only 500. This company down here has put in only 498. But we do still have bigger players in there, and obviously this company, Bank of Nova Scotia, has 42.4 1,000 shares. I think that is a big deal. I think this is what people need to remember. All of these businesses, or at least a lot of these businesses, are trying to get involved in the AMC situation right now. I do find that to be an interesting place. Nobody knows what's going to happen with AMC. Who knows what's going to happen with this company? Who knows what's going to happen with the share price? But one thing that I am going to say is I own shares of AMC, and you know what, guys? I am willing to take my chances. I've told you before, I will tell you again. I own about 264 shares. I may be adding an extra 150 or so shares in the next 2 or 3 days. Tell me your thoughts down below. But what I can tell you about AMC is I've only put about £2,000 into this. Obviously, that's Great British pounds. People are going to say it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, we're looking at a big deal on the table. If I put in £2,000 and I have a chance to make £1,000 per share back, or even much more, am I going to take that risk? Personally, I am. Again, it is a very large risk, but the risk to reward is extremely high, and that is what we need to remember. So now we're going to go and have a quick look at this important information, which you probably do already know. AMC earnings schedule for May the 6th. I'm not sure if you're aware, today is May the 6th, and we can see the reported and estimated averages down here on what people are thinking, obviously from previous quarters, and right now we are expecting these to be announced as well, or at least after market does close. So it's not going to happen just yet, but subsequently we could be seeing a big increase in AMC's share price towards the end of day, as obviously more and more people do want to buy in. Potentially, not guaranteed, but potentially looking at good things for earnings, and again subsequently for the company going forwards. I think good earnings could be a great catalyst for this company, and it could just give us a push that we need to send this share price up a bit further. Well, we don't want to have a quick look at this, but what I do want to have a quick look at is this article here. It is coming from www.pionline.com, and it talks about how the head of Citadel, basically their Surveyor Capital manager, has stepped down. I'm not going to comment on this any further places already, but I just think that is something that, interesting to talk about. He has stepped down. Tell me what you think to that. What do you think it means? And obviously what is going to happen now with Citadel going forwards. But that is all the most interesting and actually the most important information, I do believe. General message which I want you to take away from this video, and it is just my personal opinion rather, is that AMC has been falling today. Of course, it's down by 2.78% now, but we have seen much bigger drops. And obviously, looking at the charts right now, we can see that over the past 5 days, we're seeing quite a leveling out of share price. Yes, it does continue to fall. Will it make it below $9? Hopefully it will. And if it does, I will probably buy more shares. But all I'm trying to tell you guys is that obviously, the shorts don't really have as much power as what we have seen, in my opinion, over the past 2 or 3 days. Share price isn't moving too much under their influence. Tell me your thoughts down below. When is AMC going to the moon, and what do you think is going to happen with this stock? I'd love to hear them. Thank you. See you soon.